start a sentence with and or but?
I do it all the time.
Boom!
I'm a huge Oxford comma person.
Yes!
And it drives me crazy at
When you
work
see when they
I'm
don't
like,
put the comma before the final
'cause I
item.
always-
I had to teach my ex-husband the difference between well and good, and I should have known that very minute that it would be X someday.
Okay, here we go.
That's a little harsh.
A new documentary spotlights the journey of a writing instructor who traveled the country to listen to people vent their concerns and complaints about grammar do's and don'ts, and then teach them a thing or two. It's called Rebel with a Clause. Ellen Jobin is the star of that film, and she's joined by the director of the film and husband, Brant Johnson. Thanks for being with us, guys.
Thank you for having us on.
So is bad grammar just like nails on a chalkboard to you, and that was where all this came from?
Absolutely not. I exist in a state of grammar peace. Really not. I'm not running around, lassoing people and making them conjugate verbs correctly. It's not like that. It's just fun to talk about language.
I wonder if a lot of people, I know like getting text messages from my daughters who I know they studied grammar in school, but it's like everything is so shortened now that is grammar even is bad grammar even is frowned upon, I guess, is my question.
You can have different levels of language. Texting isn't a formal format normally. So I think it's perfectly legitimate to do all kinds of funky things there that you wouldn't necessarily do in a business communication.
So you and your husband set out across the country to set up your grammar stand and film people. Did you find some different levels of grammar accuracy depending on where in the country you were? Or were there kind of some regional nuances?
Well, the accents definitely changed and some speech habits changed. I got called ma'am a lot more in the South. That was fun. But American English is largely, there are a lot of similarities across the country. So often things that we discussed were similar. It just was in really entertainingly different contexts.
So, Brant, what made you think this is a movie?
Well, when Ellen first set up the grammar table, I sat around in the periphery at a nearby park bench and just watched the grammar action, and it was so funny, so moving, so connecting. It was a very divided time in our country, as it still is, and it was a beautiful meeting place of people to leave all the differences behind, and I thought that I really wanted to share it with the world.
And what did you learn by doing this project?
I learned that as different as we all can be, there really is more that we share than what divides us.
Like, I'm assuming I'm not the only one who still ends a sentence with a preposition when I'm not supposed to. Am I right, Ellen?
Well, you really are allowed to do that, so you should feel free.
You are?
You are?
You are. I know it's one of the things that causes the most scandalized reactions, but it really is. If you Google that, you will find lots of support for it.
Really? What's the most frequently asked question you get?
Oxford comma. People are obsessed with Oxford commas.
What is that?
It's the comma before an and toward the end of a list.
And you shouldn't
people
do it, right?
who like them really want them.
You should do it or you shouldn't? Like a list of 3 things, like store that and
Milk,
this.
eggs.
So are you supposed to use that or not?
There's really no should about it. I'm going to guess that when you put stuff online at your station that it probably doesn't have the Oxford comma because that's Associated Press style and that governs what you see in a lot of news. So I don't personally care.
I would not use our website as the standard for grammar or typos.
What is a grammar mistake that drives you crazy, though? I mean, that it really is like something that people get wrong that you think they should get right.
You really don't understand how at peace I am with language variety. What actually bothers me, I think, more is when people insist there's only one way to do something in English, when they're actually coexisting options. I don't know, like people get very angry about further used for distance rather than farther, but it has a long documented history, just as an example.
And isn't that the truth, though, that most things have supporting evidence both ways? Maybe it's, I don't know, regionality. That's the argument I make when my wife corrects my grammar.
the wife is pretty much always right.
She told me that too. Yeah.
So,
wait, it ended with a preposition.
Right, you did it wrong there. But there, and there. I mean, there's only one right way to do that, right?
Yeah, I care about art and literacy and, knowledge of language. I think it's very important as a tool in life. I think it's empowering. So there are many things where you can be wrong. I'm just saying some of the things that people fixate on, those often aren't the things. There's often more diversity, and that's why people freak out about them, because they encounter difference a lot and they're not used to it.
So, Brant, those are the people that are actually like correcting their friends when they're actually talking and saying you actually said that wrong, right? I mean, did you run into those people when you're out shooting, Brant?
We did, and in fact, there were some who would approach the table with a particular pet peeve, and they actually were not correct, and Ellen would pull out a reference book, talk to them about it, show it to them in the reference book, and they would just, no, I don't buy it, and walk off.
And they still don't believe it. Oh, it's fascinating. It's Rebel with a Clause. It's playing at Wayfarer Theater in Highland Park on April 30th. You can check out Ellen and Brant on the socials as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.